Leaders from Eastern and Southern Africa met on Saturday to discuss the ongoing conflict in Eastern Congo. They called for an immediate ceasefire and urged the Congolese government to directly negotiate with the rebels to end the violence. The conflict has created a crisis, with thousands of people losing their lives and many more being displaced. The summit took place in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and was attended by leaders from the East African Community, EAC, and the Southern African Development Community, SADC. Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi joined the meeting via video call. He has always refused to negotiate with the M23 rebels, who are backed by Rwanda. He believes they are only interested in exploiting Congo's rich mineral resources. At the end of the summit, a statement was released, urging the Congolese government to start direct negotiations with all parties involved, including M23. The rebels have already taken control of Goma, the largest city in eastern Congo, after heavy fighting that has left nearly 3,000 people dead and displaced hundreds of thousands, according to the United Nations. This meeting was unique because it brought together leaders from both the EAC and SADC, two important regional organizations. Rwanda and Congo are members of the EAC, while SADC includes countries such as South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Tanzania. One of the key figures at the summit was Rwandan President Paul Kagame. He sat alongside South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who has sent South African troops to eastern Congo under the SADC mission to help fight the rebels. This has angered Rwanda, which claims that the presence of SADC troops has worsened the conflict. Rwanda argues that these troops are not acting as peacekeepers but are instead siding with the Congolese army to fight M23. On the other hand, Congo believes that the SADC troops are helping to restore peace and stability in the region. The war in eastern Congo is complex. The M23 rebels are backed by Rwanda and have around 4,000 fighters. On the other side, the Congolese government is supported by regional peacekeepers, UN forces, local militias, and troops from neighboring Burundi. Currently, the fighting is concentrated in North Kivu province, but there are fears that the rebels may attempt to seize Bukavu, the capital of South Kivu province. This would make the situation even worse and could lead to a larger war. The M23 rebellion is linked to Rwanda's long-standing concerns about security. Rwanda has accused the Congolese army of allowing anti-Rwanda rebels to operate in eastern Congo. Additionally, Kagame claims that Tshisekedi has ignored the rights of Congolese Tutsis, who face discrimination. Kenyan President William Ruto, who is the current chair of the East African Community, emphasized the importance of peace talks. He told the summit that millions of lives depend on leaders finding a peaceful solution. He also reminded everyone that dialogue does not mean weakness but is a necessary step toward ending the conflict. The M23 rebels have already captured Goma in a similar way to what they did over a decade ago. This has broken the ceasefire agreement that was brokered by Angola in 2024 between Rwanda and Congo. Analysts believe that this time, the M23 offensive is even stronger because they are connecting their fight with a broader demand for better governance. They have also threatened to march all the way to Kinshasa, the capital of Congo, which is 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles, away from Goma. The Congo River Alliance, a group of rebel forces including M23, sent an open letter to the summit. In the letter, they accused the Congolese government of ignoring democratic values and becoming a danger to its own people. They claimed that their fight was not just for one ethnic group but for all Congolese citizens, including those who speak Kinyarwanda. The letter was signed by Kone Nenga, a leader of the rebel alliance. He said they were open to direct talks with the Congolese government. However, many believe that the rebels and their allies are under increasing pressure to withdraw from Goma. The leaders at the summit not only called for a ceasefire but also demanded the reopening of Goma's airport. This would allow humanitarian aid to reach the people who are suffering due to the conflict. Additionally, The summit called for a plan to remove all foreign armed groups that were not invited into Congo. Another regional organization, the Economic Community of Central African States, held a meeting in Equatorial Guinea on Friday and also demanded the withdrawal of Rwandan troops from Congo. The situation in eastern Congo remains critical. Although leaders have called for peace talks, there is no guarantee that the rebels will agree to withdraw. At the same time, President Tshisekedi still refuses to negotiate directly with M23. Many people in the region are hoping that these efforts will lead to a peaceful resolution, but the risk of more violence remains high. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining whether Eastern Congo moves towards peace or deeper into war. That's all for now from the Africa Insider. Stay informed with the latest news and in-depth analysis by subscribing and turning on notifications. Share your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear from you. Stay updated, stay aware, and keep watching the Africa Insider.